All right, we're back. True for Wisdom podcast, episode number 8.
Lost in Time, guys. This is going to be the title. I know we've been away for a little bit, but we're
Where
back
you
at
been?
it. We're back
Where
on
you
it.
been?
I've been here, and then before we get into this episode, by the way, this is episode number 8. So Kobe Bryant. What can I say? Condolences to the families and the victims on the plane that crashed. Kobe Bryant was my favorite player, man. I always look up to him as a role model. So he taught me, Mamba mentality. Never give up. And that's the mentality we have to have. Is it doesn't matter what you're doing, but what are you doing? What are you doing with your time now? People get lost in time. They come out with this stuff and they're thinking about, oh yeah, I'm going to do this in the future. But what are you doing in your time today? Are you lost in time? Are you actually handling time?
Speaking of Lost in Time, that's actually our title for this week. Lost in Time, episode number 8. And I think it just comes to show you that we take life for granted.
Definitely
at times.
for granted,
I'll take care of it tomorrow, but tomorrow's not guaranteed.
What if you don't get that tomorrow?
What if you have today?
Yep.
So
you guys got to think about that, because life as we know it, especially nowadays, man, life is very short. Especially with the everything you do, you have to get to your 100%. You have to set your little standard or whatever, but we got to start thinking of, what are you doing today? Today counts. Don't procrastinate. Do it today. Do it this second. Do it this hour. Get up and progress in life. Go a little bit further. But a lot of people get lost in time, and what we mean by lost in time is a lot of people get stuck in time. When you get stuck, that's the worst feeling ever. So you got to find ways to break out of that, to get out of time, to not get lost.
Prime example, you ever been on YouTube and you search one video and then you end up looking at, I don't know, cat videos or...
Yeah, some randomness. I don't look at cat videos, but...
You know what I found myself looking at the other day?
What'd you look at?
Cat video. No, I'm just kidding.
Man.
No, I was looking at Legos. There's this new show that you build Legos. It's called Lego Masters.
Lego Masters, yeah.
It's not sponsored in our podcast, by the way, but you should check it out. It's pretty cool. People build, insane Legos.
And I heard they use their mind. They craft everything together, It's like a different side of art.
But they only get
Legos.
so much time, so let's bring it back to Lost in Time.
Ooh, I like that. But yeah, guys, so, you don't want, like we said, we don't want to feel stuck. You want to get, you want to go a little bit further. You don't want to feel stuck and go around in a circle.
How do you get unstuck in time?
You do things now. I'll give you a prime example. I had to think about it, for example, when I was, this is about last month, matter of fact. I said, do you want to be stuck without a career now, later on, or do you want to do it now? And I had to wake up. When I went to go, for example, I talked to this instructor, and he told me one thing I'll never forget. He says, yeah, you can go around to these schools and you can look around, but guess what? You'll be back. Whether it's this school or something else, you'll be back. And so I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. Here I am 2 years later. What am I doing? I got stuck, lost in time. Guess what? I'm trying to go back to school again. I enrolled myself in school now. So that is how I got stuck in time and lost in time. Because I was like, oh no, I'm going to find something. Eventually, school is always going to be there. No, guess what? It was time for me to wake up and try to set forth a career in my life. So that's my example of my lost in time. You have anything?
Let's see, lost in time. I don't know. Just definitely...
Not lost in space.
Not lost in space. That's for a different episode. Just being in that mindset of I'll do it tomorrow, or that tomorrow will turn into 1 week, that week will turn into 3 weeks. Then you're like a month down. Then you're 6 months down. Then you're like, oh, next year. I'll do it just next year. No, just stop making excuses and do it now. Whatever you're thinking about, whether it's career, school, what's holding you back?
Exactly. And, not to bring up the whole Kobe Bryant tragedy again, but if you look at that, for example, this man left a legacy that basketball players and families, even, the situation made me open my eyes. It made me the other day call my own mother and say, hey, how are you doing? I know we haven't talked in a while, but I had that burden on my heart to wake up. It made me, I'm a great father too, but it made me open my eyes. You can lose your kids just like that. You can lose a loved one just like that. And we get so stuck and lost on time, we're stuck in the moment. And we're just like, oh, everybody's going to be there all our life. All these things are going to be around us all our life. Guess what? What's given to you can be taken away just as fast and just as easy. So when we take that for granted, and then, what's funny, this is what kills me about the world. When someone or something is gone, then it's too late. And then now we want to cry and say, we wish we would have, did something from the beginning. But why didn't you do something right there in that time? Why? And you shouldn't have to ask yourself why. You should be able to handle that already without asking yourself why. Because then we get regret, and then we're like, oh man, then comes depression because we're like, well, we should have did this, but we didn't do this. And how come I didn't do this? So now, forget about the past. Like we said, let's start now. You can change that right now.
But I'm going to take this even deeper. So let's say you did lose someone. Maybe you didn't use the right time, or maybe you wish that you could have did something more. I mean, at this point, there's nothing else you can do other than remember them and try to remember the good times and the good memories. Because at the end of the day, I mean, that's what you're gonna remember is the memories, right?
Yeah. What would they want you to do? You have to remember that.
It's like your life is a book. Imagine your life is a book, and your life is into chapters from when you were born to up to this point. What do you want your book? If someone were to open your book, what would you want them to see? Okay? Of course, you're going to have them see the good times, maybe the bad times, maybe the times that you struggled, but you know what? You came through. You persevered.
Yeah. Do you want them to see the same old you, or do you want to see a progressive of you? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like another example I can use is, when you go to work, some people have time clocks. We all, have a time where we punch in, we punch out. Guess what? You got to look at it like that. Your life. Everybody has a time clock, because when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You can get a 20-year lifespan, 40, 50, 10, 12, whatever it is. You're not promised 100 years on this life of earth,
You're lucky if you get 24 hours. What are you going to do with that 24 hours?
Exactly. So that's why I say people are taking it for granted. But like I said, you got to use life, and your mindset is, right now, I'm on a time clock. Everything that I do from this day forward, I don't care about the past. I don't want to hear about everybody's excuses about, oh, I did this in the past and that or whatever. Who cares? Wipe it like a clean, slate right now.
Do the things that you want to do. Like if you want to go on vacation, then go on vacation. Don't wait unless you're trying to, save up money and then go on the vacation, but don't
save up for 35 years talking about, oh, when I retire, I'm going to go on vacation. It's
then you can barely walk going on vacation.
Exactly. Enjoy your lives out there. Don't waste too much time. Guess what? Say for example, you just pass away and you have $1 million and you're like, oh, I wanted to use that 2 years later. Guess what? You're gone. What are you going to do now? You're gone. Your family gets that, and it's, well, depending on, what you want to do with that. But if they get that, guess what? You never got to use that money. Unless you're leaving it for your loved ones, then I can understand that. But we got to live in the life of now. I'm not saying go out and party your life away. We're not trying to say that. What we're trying to say is be responsible.
Enjoy your life.
And enjoy your life. Do what you want to do. Explore life, like Gadiel was saying. Go out and travel. Go explore.
Go meet people.
Yeah. Go meet people. Go, maybe it's time that people do, face-to-face is meeting a lot of people. And a lot of people, we get wrapped up and we're like, we only use our, of what we know. Sometimes we got to dive into what we don't know to explore that option.
You know what? Put the phone down. Go out for a walk.
Yep.
Enjoy nature.
Exactly. And that's another thing. A lot of people, they're lost in time on their phones. They're lost in time on TV. I remember a little time, a little bit further back when I was a kid, where you had to go outside. And then if you want to meet somebody, you have to actually meet them, you know, out in public or whatever. We didn't have the luxury of all this technology where, hey, how you doing? You're next to me. You're sitting on the couch and you're texting me for real.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense. So we got to wake up and stop being lost and stuck in time. We have to move forward from time because we're on a time limit. Time's ticking no matter what. Time waits for nobody. I know you guys have heard that expression before, and you got to take it very seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make use of your time. What are you doing right now in this moment? If you got to turn our podcast on or off, then do it.
You got to start from episode 1 all the way to this one, number 8, then do that.
Or if you want to donate to our podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, man, we care about you guys. We care about the world. We want to reach out to the world. And, you know, every episode that we do, you know, like this one, we want to reach out to you. We want to grab your attention, and we want to change your life, you know, gradually. I know people are in different levels and different mindsets, but I'm telling you, if you go through all the way from episode 1 up until now, I believe that it will help change your life in some kind of way. You know, you might not agree with what we're saying, some of the things, but, you know, grab something out of what we're saying, out of whatever episode, whatever words, whatever title, whatever figure of speech, and grab hold of it and, you know, use it in your life.
You know, I'm going to make a challenge out to somebody right now listening. Go read a book. Go find a book that sounds interesting to you, that maybe you go to the store, go read it and just learn. And do things that you haven't done before, that maybe you've had an interest of doing. You know, it's amazing. Even if you go on YouTube, and you might get lost in time, but the stuff that you can learn on YouTube is amazing.
Just the stuff you learn in school, because I know they give people tablets and all this now and computers. Man, you could, if you don't even know how to do, like, say you want to go fix a car, turn the YouTube video on. Say you want to how to start, you know, fixing this, or how do you do this step by step, or whatever you want to do. You can look up stuff like that. Use technology to its advantage. Don't use it to just abuse it and just, you know, do what you want. Like, oh, I'm just going to go and just act a fool and go on rants and go crazy. Like, why do that? You have technology in front of you. Use it as a positive way, in a positive manner. You know, like we're doing this. Technology. We're trying to reach out to the world, trying to reach out to people, trying to change lives. And, you know, hopefully we're going to reach out to at least one person. I don't care if it's a lot of people, but I believe in my heart, one day somebody's the right person is really going to hear everything, and they're going to be like, you know what? I'm glad I heard this. It changed my life.
No matter what, even when, you know, when me and Javan pass, whenever that is, this podcast is going to be out there somewhere, and someone's going to be listening to this, and it's going to help them.
Yep.
Or maybe inspire them, give them an idea to do something. And
that's the goal. We don't want, the only thing we want out of it is to change lives. We're not out here to, hopefully, you know, one day we make it so buku big, one day, whatever. You know, if it happens, if the man upstairs wants it for us, it will happen. But we're not pushing for anything. We're pushing to change your life, to help others. And that's what we should be on this earth to do, is help change lives. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's my perspective on everything. And
you get 24 hours.
Yeah,
what you do at that time is totally up to you.
Yeah, because the time is ticking, and time waits for nobody, man. Because, you know, you guys have to just really just look at everything. Look at the big picture. It's like a movie. If you look at a movie, you're either gonna get, do you want your legacy to be left as, this movie is boring, or this lifestyle is interesting, and I wanna be that one. I wanna, you know, look at the Kobe Bryants and all the legends and hear and see what they put on this earth and they left on this earth, and it's our time and it's our turn to carry it.
Build your own legacy.
Yep, definitely. Because if you don't build your own legacy, then I don't know what to tell you. You know, that'll be one boring story. You pass away, and guess what? All this guy did was, you know, play video games all day in his room, and he didn't want to be bothered by anybody. That's boring to me. Wake up. Turn it off. A lot of people like Xbox, PlayStation. Turn it off. Go do something. I had to turn it off myself. That's what I'm saying.
No. Hold on. See, I know the real reason he turned off the Xbox. That's because I beat him in Madden.
Oh, no. We go back and forth.
That's why he's been on the break. That's why he's been on the break.
He doesn't tell you that I retired him before on one of the Maddens. We're not going to get into that. We're going to leave it how it is. You know, we do have a big competition, but it's been a while. You know why? Because we've been handling business.
But you know who the champ is. The active reigning champ is me.
But I'm the champ of life. So that's the difference.
This is a champion of legacy. I've made my own legacy. I retired and came back. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah, it's how you finish, but it's how you continue.
You know, there's a wrestler, and I don't know if anyone follows WWE, but there's a wrestler called John Cena, and he has this saying that goes, your time is up, my time is now, and it's your time. Anyone who's listening to the podcast, it's your time. Build your legacy. You get 24 hours. What you do is up to you.
I mean, it could even be 24-hour fitness. You know, that might be 24 hours to you. I don't know.
Not 24-hour McDonald's.
No. You guys got to change your habits, by the way. I've been seeing a lot of stuff. Eyewitness. People are just rolling back in time. They're lost in time. A lot of people.
I think we're coming back from the Super Bowl, so some people have some excuses, right?
They better let that Super Bowl go.
Super
I know
Bowl's
the Super
over.
Bowl halftime was wild. Woo. Even I had to lean forward, but that's a different story. But yeah, guys, we look forward to continue to do this. You know, pretty soon. By the way, we got of course, episode 9. Then number 10, we're actually going to do a video. That's going to be our first video appearance, and hope you guys finally get excited to see our faces, because we want to show the world everything. You know, not just our talk, but our face, so you could kind of get a picture of okay.
You know, we got a lot of feedback in the last podcast episode, a lot of comments, and
that was
awesome.
Very inspirational to me, man. I was like, man, people are like, keep doing your thing. You guys,
I had a lot of family members listen to it and say how great it was, and it was pretty cool.
And that helps us, because that either that helps us to further think about, okay, how are we helping others? Like, some people might like something better than others, and we might be changing depending on the volume of comments and whatever, whether it's good, whether it's bad, it doesn't matter. It's like, at least every little thing counts to us, so you guys just
you want to make a challenge? I want to see people share this on Facebook. I know some of you have, but I want to continue to see that.
I want to see more. I want to see you guys share it on YouTube. A lot of people like YouTube. They're like, for some reason, they like to...
Because it's easy for them. They don't want to listen to this. They don't want to download no apps and support the podcast.
Well, hey, if you go on YouTube, share it on YouTube. Share it with your friends. Everybody likes these challenges, right? There's a challenge to you. Share. We don't need you to go do a challenge for us. All we're asking is one click. Share it. Boom, boom, boom. Tell your family members, your friends, your cousin, your auntie. I don't care who, whoever you tell, whatever, But that's all we're really looking for. We're not asking for much. We want you guys to share this, because we want to reach more than you guys. We want to reach it across the world, like I keep saying. And that means a lot to me, because I have a big heart. I care about a lot of people. So yeah.
Not only share, obviously we're on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're listening to this.
Instagram. We're everywhere, man.
iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts,
yep.
Google Podcasts. I could keep going. I want to see some 5-star reviews too, or 1-star reviews.
Yeah, like we said, positive, negative. We need more feedback.
What do you want to hear on the next episode?
Like, give us some titles. Give us, some feelings of how you feel about it. Don't be afraid, guys. Don't hold back on anything. Because guess what? We don't hold back. We push play. It's like you listening to the live radio right now. We push play. We don't recite this. To me, that's fake. I don't like fakeness. I like realness.
Speaking of realness, we're going to be doing videos soon. And you know what I just thought of?
What'd you think about?
What if we do some challenges?
That'd be cool. Live video challenges.
What do you guys want to see? Something spicy? Something sweet?
Let us know. See, we're more about just one-sided podcasts. We want to be wide open. We need a variety of options. We need...
This ain't Starbucks. We don't need that many options.
It's like food with no seasoning. I don't personally like food with no seasoning.
Put the adobo on.
Gosh, that's a whole different game right there.
But anyways, that's it for... What are we on? Episode... I don't even know what episode...
8.
I've been lost in time.
Remember that. This is why I don't forget, because Kobe Bryant, number 8 is a significant sign to me. Mamba out.
We out.